Okay, take two here. All right, so first of all, I just want to say I understand the frustration a lot of you are experiencing. Um, I experienced some of it too with the conferences, and some of you weren't able to access them early on, and then we have them, and I get booted off. Sometimes you get booted off. We both get booted off. Microphones work, they don't work. Computers freeze. All this stuff happens. On your end, on my end, and I know it's frustrating, and I'm trying to do what I can to kind of make this a legitimate learning experience for you. So if you just hang in here with me, and just do what you can. If I put up a video like this, I'm gonna be giving a lesson here in a bit. Watch the video, take notes. Discussion board. You guys have been great participating in those. Just keep that up. The assignments, the readings. You can email me, and then we'll still try to have the conferences, but they're kind of unreliable. So what we were doing, trying to do today, I'm putting in the YouTube video. So it's here instead of in the conference. The conference is going to be, you're going to hear a lot of like, are you there? Can you hear me? That kind of stuff, microphones, and then getting booted off, and just stuff like that. A lot of that happened today, and has been happening from time to time. So think of it like this. Number one is temporary, right? I have to remind myself that with everything that's challenging, it's temporary. We'll be back in the classroom next year, and then you'll be upset about parking, and there'll be a whole other group of things to be upset about. And the other thing is, it might feel like it's a mess. You're not going to a classroom every day. You're having to watch videos, do these discussion boards, email. It's the conferences sometimes are not happening so smoothly. So it might feel a little messy, but I think you're still learning, and I think you're still making progress, and you can continue to if you just hang in there with, everything that I try here. Just try to go along with it. If I put up this video again, just watch it, take notes. Okay, keep doing those discussions. You guys are doing great, and it's like cooking. You make a big meal, you cook a big meal from scratch. It's a mess in the kitchen, but in the end, the meal comes out, right? So, this might feel messy right now. You're not going Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 to 10 o'clock, but it'll work out. Okay, so I just wanted to say that. Okay, so just hang in. All right. So today, I want to do kind of several lessons on several things, and I might divide these up into several different videos. Grammar related stuff. This is grammar related stuff. So I think we've worked pretty well on the compare contrast stuff, and so I think now I want to focus for a bit on the sentence level stuff and the clarity of language, just because of things I've been seeing. And I have an idea for a fun project, like a culminating project that I mentioned in today's conference. I think it would be fun, I think it would be challenging, and I think you might learn from it. So I will ask you to please comment below if you like Saturday Night Live or not. Just say if you do or don't. And then I know you've listened to this point also. Okay. So, today's lesson, class, we're going to do, start with prepositions. Okay. So again, this is going to be different things we're going to do to try to fit it all together. So first of all, what's a preposition? What is it? So you might answer out loud for yourselves. Okay. So, look around you, take note of where you are. I'm going to ask you in a couple of minutes to do something. Maybe write some sentences about what's around you. So preposition is simply a word that tells us where something or someone is, or where it's going, where it's located, where it's on its way to. So I've just used probably about 7 prepositions the past few sentences. We use them a lot. There are 150 in the English language. So I am sitting on the sofa. On is a preposition. On the sofa would be a prepositional phrase. It's a phrase that starts with a preposition. Okay? My dog is walking towards the kitchen. Okay? Towards is a preposition. We also have between, we have under, we have above, next to, in front of. Okay? In front of is another kind of prepositional phrase. So these are, this gets a little tricky. There are 2 kinds of prepositional phrases. There's one that's just a prepositional phrase that you can't say he is in front the door. You have to say he is in front of the door. So you have to have the whole phrase in one. Okay? You can't just have part of it. It's all one phrase. Okay? So in the same way that you can't leave the E off of the word the, you can't take the E out of the word the. It needs E at the end there to be what it is. You can't take any of the words out of in front of. It's a prepositional phrase. Okay, so that's one kind. Another kind of prepositional phrase is a phrase in a sentence that is led by, started by a preposition. So we have in front of, he's standing in front of the door, right? He's standing in front of the door. That is a prepositional phrase. But also, my dog is walking towards the kitchen. Towards the kitchen is another kind of prepositional phrase, all right? It's a prepositional phrase in a sentence where the preposition leads that part of the sentence. Towards the kitchen, okay? So, prepositional phrases, prepositions. If some of this doesn't make sense, it's okay. Just let it go, let it go. You might write questions, you might just let it go, just keep going. Just know preposition is a word, what kind of word it is. You might Google it right now. Okay? So, looking around the room again, maybe write down some sentences. Write down some sentences. Or if you're in your car, wherever you are. Okay, so the chair is next to the desk. Okay, the mail is under the table. The table is between the chair and the other table. My dog is walking towards the kitchen. So towards, on, near, next to, between, on top of, above, under. All of these are prepositions. Okay, so here's the thing. A prepositional phrase cannot be a subject, okay? So what is a subject? What do I mean? What's a subject? What does that mean? So we say the subject of an essay. Oh, the subject of your essay is gun control. That's not what I mean. So I mean the subject of a sentence is similar to the subject of an essay. Subject of an essay is the main point. Subject of a sentence is the main point. So, coronavirus is infecting many people. Coronavirus is the subject. That is the subject. Okay? Dad is eating dinner. Dad is the subject. Okay? So it's the main, it's not always the first word, but you want to keep it near the beginning of the sentence. Keep that in mind. The subject should be near the beginning of the sentence. It's going to make your sentences easier. Alright? So, instead of saying the door was opened by Frank, say Frank opened the door. Frank's your subject. Start with him. So those are, Stephen King talks about that. Start with your subject. Have your actor come out on stage, right, and do the action. You need the actor to do the action, right? So I wouldn't say the door is being walked towards by my dog. Why say that? No. My dog is walking towards the door. So your subject's always a noun, and it's the actor. It's the one who does the action in the sentence. And what is the action word? What's it called? Verb, right? Verb. So walking, there's a verb, walk. Okay. Eating, is a verb. Okay. Studying, talking, and we can go on and on. So action words. Okay. So coronavirus is infecting. So we have two verbs there. Is and infecting. Is infecting. Okay. Many people. So is infecting. We call this an intransitive verb. Intransitive verb. Why? 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 Why do they need these terms? So one way to remember it, it's a verb that's on its way somewhere. It's in transit. It's on the bus. It's on the train towards another word, okay? So the intransitive verb. Coronavirus subject is infecting. Intransitive verb, it's in transit to many people, right? And many people is what? The object, okay? All right? So the people are the object. So here's the thing, to go back to prepositions. Prepositions, prepositional phrases should not be a subject of a sentence, okay? They should not be a subject of a sentence. All right? So they modify, which means they add to, they change, they add information, they explain a sentence, but they are not the subject. Your subject will always be a noun. Okay? So let's go. Let's go. If you need to pause, pause.